Now, can you hear me? Let me know. Get a thumbs up in the chat. Sorry, I don't have a camera tonight because um, I just actually first time I put my computer up and put it together was today, and all this time I've actually not even had a computer, but and being even active in my home. So if that tells you anything, let me see. It's AC on low. It is loud. There we go. Okay, so I hope everybody's doing good. Um, I've made a couple of shorts, and Allie, I'm sure will be in here in a minute. She didn't even know that I was gonna do a live tonight, um, but I wanted to because first and foremost, I haven't said anything not supposed to since the very beginning of this. You know, um, if anybody ever followed this channel, the one thing we did not do was put our kids' faces or anything on the channel. So, what it is, what it is. I'm not going to argue about it. I know what kind of parent I have been. Allie knows what kind of parent she's been. And obviously the court does too. And that's what we're going to laugh about tonight. Because there's been a couple channels here and there I've paid attention to that are spreading straight lies and misinformation. And honestly, they're doing it while my information from the court is sitting in their video right behind it. And I was like, I, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was like, literally, this is what the true crime community has been left with. No, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of good creators out there, but there is some that people follow blindly that don't even know how to read a a court website. So we can go over that. It doesn't matter, but it is kind of funny because they definitely ain't going to point out their mistakes, even though I got all there did also. But it's whatever. Oh yeah, we're criminology. I wish, I wish that I could tell you what me and Allie have accomplished since stepping away from YouTube. But as you all very well know, I will never put my personal business out on this thing ever again because it doesn't matter if you're telling truth, if you are blatantly lying, it doesn't matter because people will twist it to whatever their narrative is. And I lost so much hope and faith in our justice system through this. I already had my views and didn't trust a lot of it. But to go into a court trial that I had video evidence of the past 3 years on the internet for the public to see, and nobody even took the time to even try to look at it. Only happy when it rains says, so funny not having your kids while laughing, Cam. Not a good look. Okay, so yeah, let's highlight that one quick. Because, well, it's not a good look, she says. Well, if you were listening to anything that I was saying just now, you might have caught on to something. This is another thing that we deal with because people can't even read a court sentence, whatever. And I'll explain it to you. I mean, but I'm afraid if I explain it, people will still say the same thing because they don't hear what you really have to say. Uh, it's so funny not having my kids. Is that what you said? Okay, so my kids were taken under a temporary emergency custody here. In that time, Me and my wife have made plans every week to visit our children. The people that have my children make excuses week after week after week and never bring them. Okay, I guess that's my fault too. Does that not call parental alienation? I have seen my kids 3 times this whole year, but yet I make visits, and Allie makes visits for every week. But I've seen my children 3 times this whole year. Is that a court system that y'all want to be involved in? I sent the pictures from Common Sense True Crimes channel where she was uh, asking for money for my mom and posting my mom's Cash App on there. If y'all don't remember from the get go when this started, I said this was about money. If a mother cared about her children, her child, her oldest child that she claims to, if she cared about me and cared about Allie and thought that there really might have been an issue, would you not try to help your child instead of going and trying to uh, take their careers away, everything to get a check? Why didn't anybody ever come to us and say, hey, you know, if you guys need some help, we would be glad to watch the kids so you could go get help? That never happened. My mom never even came and saw us for 6 months leading up to this. I made my kids go with my mom because we were getting ready to move. And they said they were going to take them camping. And I said, the kids didn't want to go. And I said, no, you need to go. Spend time with your family because we thought we were moving far away for a job and all of it. And I made them go, and I have to live with that. Another thing, since people want to know the truth about everything, and if you guys were following us, there's a lot of people that know this. Somebody randomly called social services before my mother did this, and they showed up unannounced at my kid's school about a month and a half or maybe 2 months before this happened. Twice they showed up unannounced and spoke to my kids, and the case was closed due to no findings. So, if there was issues at the house, and the kids knew about all these things that are now being said, how come it wasn't said then? How come no issues were found then? But then, after 2 weeks of being out of our care and being coerced and told, the judges jumped on my mom for telling them, speaking in front of them about everything under the sun. They're children. They don't need to hear these things. They didn't know the things that were. Oh, it makes me so angry, so angry. Just believe it or not, I love my baby more than anything in this world. Do you really think that we were out? And everybody says, "Oh, don't give them money." We weren't asking for money. We all know for 3 years we ran this channel and didn't ask for a dime. We were out trying to help find missing children for the satisfaction of seeing a child saved, alive. And we found 2 kids alive and well. This sounds pretty counterproductive, Anyway, so we'll get to the criminal hearing involved. And I can speak about it now because you know what? The judge never said I couldn't speak about it. And I'm just telling the truth about what happened. I don't care if people need details or not. I felt like I needed to speak to people because I have nothing to hide. You know, I came on this channel back months ago and I said, whatever problems I was struggling with, I fixed them. I fixed them before I was even told to fix them. because I did whatever I could for my kids. And so did Allie. Um, I don't know where to go from all this because there's so many lies told on us, but I'll get to it. Let's see here. You know, our kids end up weird. You know, guys, this is what it looks like in a good old boy town. Um, I had my children's school resource officer and principal as a character witness to go talk about our parenting and talk about how our kids were at school. And our lawyers, who were paid lawyers, never felt the need to subpoena them to court for anything. Tell me why that is. Also, there was rumors going around on YouTube. I had third-degree burns on my hand from helping my mother-in-law clear up these. It was told that I had a lab blow up on me and all this other stuff. And the only drug test I failed that's on record was from the medications that the doctor gave me at the hospital. So, out of a year and a year investigation, we have failed no urine screens. Okay, um, did a hair follicle test, which showed up that the doctors gave me uh, that shot at the hospital when I had third-degree burns. I have medical records to back everything up on me and let's see. Oh, I wish I could just tell you the things that we've done, and all those people that were before that get a job, Karen, get a job, not even knowing that I was working. But now, oh gosh, dude. And through this whole thing, even when we were going through the hardest parts, people told me quit talking about God. Don't talk about God. Don't preach. You're pulling a Don Wells. Yeah. You know what? When is the best time to call on the Lord for help? It's all the time, right? But is there not a better time when you're going through something and it feels like everybody's turned their back on you to turn to the one man that never will turn his back on you, right? I haven't watched this chat at all. What good ideas? What's buffering? I haven't seen that. Let me see here. Oh, I got a comment up here. My bad. I'm gonna go back and look at some of this. No, Tiffany, I don't have any explanation. That's not why I actually came on here to just talk about some stuff, just to get it off my chest because it has been a hard year. But it's been a year that, if it wasn't for the grace of God, y'all don't even know what has happened for us. You have no clue, and nobody in a million years could think of or could believe what has happened for us in our life. Oh, we are. We're doing so good. And honestly, whatever the devil uses for bad, God can turn around and use for uh, awesome things. At the beginning of this, I saw what was happening. Maybe that was a stage in our life that we needed to just be done with at home. Allison wasn't happy working where she was working. Um, there was a lot of things I would never say that me being taken away from my children was ever a good thing, because it wasn't. That was so painful, and it still is to this day. I've tried to just use my pain as fuel to fight every day. Um, see, no, I know. Look, I know. I, I'm not worried about the past either, because I look. There might have been mistakes made, but there was no, and I admit to my mistakes, but there was no reason that that my children should have ever went through this. Um, anyway, so there was a couple channels that were like, oh, they take a plea bar and they plead no contest because they were just guilty and they knew it and they had so much evidence just to try them. And uh, no, we actually wouldn't have been indicted at all if our attorney would have just filed a waiver of indictment. And besides that, we accepted a plea bargain that we said we would never accept. But the only reason why was to keep my children off the stand. Not for anything to benefit me, but to keep my children off the stand from being brought into the court system at a young age and having to do, uh, anything that, anything against their parents. Because in the future, they could blame themselves for things. And I don't want that, because I care about their little hearts. I care about their feelings, you know. So, hold on a second. I'm going to pull up something and I want to show you something. Hold on. We'll see real quick if I can find it. Give me 1 second. All right. Hopefully y'all can still hear me while I pull this up. Okay. All right. Let me get this. Let's see what everybody's saying here. Okay, yeah. So here's another idiot right here. Let's go ahead and point him out. Cam, if it all went like you're saying, you would have your kids back. If you did no wrong, common sense here. We go acting like we can't see. Okay, so sir, when they release the papers, I will put them out here just to prove we failed no urine screens. They didn't even do an investigation on our home, and they never saw our kids in their home environment. That's one thing they didn't do. I didn't have lawyers that would be a voice for that. What are you gonna do? The good old boy system. You're lucky to go to. What are you gonna? Here's what people say: go to a judge and say they're not fighting for you. Do you know how many times judges will actually let somebody get ineffective counsel and let them get a new one? It's very, very very few and far between. Second of all, uh, the kids were not even taken to CPS till 2 weeks out of our care, and it happened to be the day after my mom lost her job. And she's admitted and said that she acted out of anger and went up there and filed that day. Third thing, emergency custody order happened. I was advised by counsel that I had not even hired yet. It was somebody I knew in the hallway. Um, I cross examined social services. The judge told social services that they tricked us into signing a safety plan. that we never agreed to sign. There was no evidence against us. They refused to urine screen us that day. Said we could alter it. So we went to the emergency custody hearing. At this point in time, the kids had not been at our home in 2 weeks because we thought they were going camping with my mom. At the end of our first emergency custody hearing, the judge said to my mother, "I'm not in the business of removing kids from their parents. You will have to come back and prove to me that those kids were in harm's way or death." So, lo and behold, 6 weeks go by. Now, mind you, all this happened in July, and mom didn't go to social services till August. Well, guess what? We didn't even get arrested till the end of September because hair test, and I'm sorry, people that don't know the difference, because there's a lot on here that try to argue this too. Do you know what environmental exposure testing is? It's not the same as ingestion. Environmental hair testing says that a child is in the vicinity where either drugs are being done or work. But if you do your research, anybody that takes their hand through those children's hair and they have sebum or sweat on their hand can transfer any illicit drugs that were in their system. If the children went to a gas station or grocery store and touched the handle or money, it can be transferred. It's called environmental. It's very, 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 has a lot of holes in it. Let's just say that. Okay, so the kids were tested the first time with environmental hair testing. Both tests came back inadmissible. They showed nothing and came back inadmissible. 3 weeks later, the tests were done again. Now, check this out. This is where it gets weird. My children are very close to the same age. They hang out with each other constantly in the same part of the house. They're together all the time. So, when they redid these environmental hair testing, the test came back and said that one of my children had a oh my gosh, it makes me so mad. That one of my children had one illicit substance in their hair, and that my other child had a different illicit substance in her hair. But they didn't have the same in both their hair. Does that sound logical or reasonable? After the first one came back as it was indismissible. It was they didn't find it. They waited 3 more weeks to do it. So then you have the argument of people saying hair follicle testing, they can go back and see right exactly when a drug was ingested. Listen to what I'm saying. They can go back and look and see when a drug was ingested. The children never ingested any drugs, and no drugs were done around them. So, there. If you don't believe me, look up the court records, or I will get them and I will post them on here because I have no reason to lie. Guess what? My hair follicle test didn't come back with any of those substances in it that the kids had, and neither did Allie's. Thank you. Yes, thank you. This right here. Oh gosh, this right here. No, I'm not defensive. I'm just telling my truth, man. It's lovely. Did you guys do any jail time? No, Allison got out on a unrecognized bond. I got out on a secured bond the same day. And now this person says, "Why explain yourselves to strangers?" Because you know what? It's not explaining myself to strangers on YouTube. We are the only YouTube channel to find two missing children alive and well. I was very, very, very proud of the accomplishments our channel had done. To then turn around and be called and have some of the most heinous charges ever put on you, it hurts. It hurts. They traffic, yeah, social service. They do traffic children. They do, and they get bonuses every time they remove children out of the home, and they get more when they go to foster care. Okay. Exactly. Look, uh, the environmental exposure testing can come from anywhere at any time. CPS is choosing to use that now because they have. I don't think it should be admissible in court. And you know what? Ours never made it to the courtroom floor either. The only reason we said that we would plead no contest is to keep our daughter off the stand. Anyway, so I'm going to play something right now for you, okay? Let's see. Hold on one second. What in the heck? How come I can't? Dude, let me find out. I have forgotten how to play or share my screen on here. Give me just a second. Oh, never mind. I found it. All right, here we go.
Everyone, it's Holly. Just wanted to come on here and clear something up and spread the truth.
Respect one another.
Guys, wanted to do a quick update with you guys. So, as I told you before, all this stuff that me and Allie were charged with did not come to pass. We were not found guilty. We were not convicted, and will actually be dismissed after a certain period of time. So all the naysayers and the people that were hating and thinking they knew so much about our situation, they were wrong. Okay. Now, this lady here, she literally said I was lying and went on this tangent and then played the video of me saying exactly what I said in the video. No, nothing has been dismissed yet. But again, no, there was not enough evidence to convict, or they would have done it. Look on here right now, on your screen, right there. If you can see it, it says taken under a deferment. So I had to go and explain this to John Davis True Crime and her. A deferment sentence is where parties are not found guilty, they are not convicted, and after a period of time and all things are met by the court, the case is dismissed. It's just being held on good behavior for 2 years. So, but I'm the one lying. Also, this same channel right here is the one that is now posting my mom's Cash App for my kids, saying she needs help. Did I not say from the get-go that this would be about money? Did I ever bring my kids up and ask for Cash App for my kids on here? I didn't even get any government help for our kids. We didn't get any of those things free from the government. So, uh, you know, it is what it is. I mean, people can see the truth or they can. Yeah, I'm I'm not on it. Not on camera. My camera don't work, so you can say hi. I was just explaining here. People were saying, "Oh, you don't have to explain yourself." I said, "I'm not explaining myself," but I said I took pride in the work we did, and I said now what you're left with getting information is from people who literally played a video and said called me a liar, but then on their screen shows a deferred sentence, and then I had to go on John Davis and comment and say, give him the definition of deferment. Also, that guy, if you get your information from him, he went on a search in West Virginia and told everybody it was Tennessee in his videos. I called him out on it in his videos. And he got upset, but he still didn't fix it. Also, Lulu, I would love to join a support group for parents in similar circumstances. I'll tell you this right now. Allison has always held a career that she has been respected. Her opinion matters. She was held with a lot of responsibility. And when we first went in and spoke to these people at social services, we were called a liar over and over and over and over. And when Allison said, she said, why are you not, the woman said, why are you not nursing right now? She said, because COVID really took a toll on me. And the woman at social service said, well, COVID's over, honey. You know what? That's real fresh. Yeah, it's over. It affected all of us, she said. No, you know what? Maybe not. Yeah, you were watching people die. But that's the people that you have. And also, the people that are in there taking people's children away are not parents either. They have no children. So they don't know how it is to raise children either. Yeah, they don't know how they're affecting children. Like I told you on the last one, they tried to say that we're having bad hygiene on our children because our daughter had one tangle in her hair because she hid it from us because she didn't like her hair being brushed. I'm sorry, there's lots of little girls and children that do that. And best believe we didn't just leave it for eternity. She got her hair brushed, but she was very good at hiding it. I didn't say that. I didn't say that. Cold case, Crystal. I did not. That never came out of my mouth. Somebody else said the trafficking thing. I said social service workers get bonuses when they remove children from their homes. Now, there has been uh, speculation as to children going missing in the foster care system. Um, and is it trafficking? I don't know. I don't have proof or answers to that. But it seems really weird. Going back to Summer Wells' case, did you know there was 4 social workers there uh, looking out at the whole house, the back doors, and everything the day before she went missing? And that's real funny too. Cam, that was not one tangle. Here's Ava saying, Cam, that was not one. Yes, it is one tangle. Thank you. Rain has naturally curly hair. She would pull it up in a ponytail to hide it because she would scream and throw a fit if you tried to brush her hair. Allison, come here. Speak about this tangle. Oh, let's go ahead and tell the truth about that too. when Mom came to try to pick them up. We said tonight was not a good night because you had Rain in the bathtub trying to pull the and peanut butter and everything else, trying to get that tangle out. But guess what? It was told to you, I'll work on it, I'll help you too. But no. Yeah. But and then it was used to try to do something nefarious. It's hilarious. No, it's hilarious the things that people have gotten away with through this. I don't care. I'm not going to argue with the idiots on here that know nothing. But, I came on here to speak my piece. And let me see here real quick. Stop that one. Oh, you couldn't hear Allie because she was standing in the kitchen. To be honest with you guys, she doesn't want to ever see this channel ever again. And I'm right there with her. I did this tonight just to get things off my chest. I've been really hurt over the past little while. I've been really hurt. All I can think about is my children all the time. And you know, we have done everything that has been asked of us 10 times over, 10 times over. And nobody wants to no they don't want to try to help move them back in to their home. Um I don't know. I'm not going to go into all the details about it. You know what? People are going to continue to try. This is the thing, though. It's that's not family, and people that say that they love you and try to say they love you, they do this out of love. That's not love. And then not take the kids to their visits that are at the office. You don't show up for a good majority of them, and then there's excuses all the time to go. And, I'm not getting into all of it, but it's hurt. I've missed ball games, seeing my child go through these stages in her life where these are times that were very important to us. Yeah, I don't know. It's all good. You know what? I don't care what it's what I don't care what anybody says about us anymore. I know the truth. God knows the truth. And there's a lot of people that know the truth as well. And I'm also, even through me going into recovery on my own accord, not being forced to by anybody. Um, after years on the channel, uh, pleading my innocence of being sober and being called a liar all the time. And I admitted to when I felt weak. But you know what? I also, no, I'm not saying that because I don't have purpose. I didn't do anything to hurt my, and I will never say I did. But I'll take accountability and say that if there was any kind of problem, they've been fixed. I went and fixed things that I and said, fix me. I don't know what's wrong, but please just fix me. I've done everything I know to do. Um, I don't know. Do you want to say something? They said they wanted to hear you. They couldn't hear you.
I just appreciate the people who have not turned on
You have
us.
to talk into this.
I said I appreciate the people who have not turned on us and who have been patient and not just the lies that have been pushed about us. And I love you guys, and I really do appreciate all of the prayers and thoughts that we have bad coming our way in the last year.
No, I want to tell them about this too. This is one thing too. You know, we were in recovery, and people were calling us, telling us to get in recovery, and we're telling us we weren't. I have proof and records that I've been in recovery for going on, what is it, a year?
And that's what
11 months. And we went through a program that is not just going and getting medically assisted recovery. We have to do groups daily. On the first part, you have to go daily to see them, and they tell you when you go in, if you don't, if you're forced to be here, we don't want you. I'm proud of where we went and where we've come from, but at the same time, you know what? No, I'm not going to say that. Like, the excuses that come up though through all this is, we don't want to raise your children. But well, then how come we've done nothing but prove we're doing good and we're doing better than ever? But yeah, but what? Yeah, and that we're competent parents, just like we were before. By the way, our kids were in all the gifted programs, honor roll. That was never taken into account too, that they were in the gifted program, extracurricular activities. Their grades never struggled. Actually, since they went to their new school, my son and my daughter had lower grades than they ever had it when they were with us. So, you know,
they are getting all the credit for.
yeah, they're getting the credit for saying they've just done so good with my kids. My kids have always done. We raised them their whole life. The manners they have, they had. I'll say that because a lot of people have noticed that their behavior has kind of changed drastically. They're
Not
just,
for good.
yeah, they're being rude to each other and saying it's not been good. But I love them unconditionally. But I think it's funny that these people. So, that our guardian ad litem has not come and seen us one time. He spoke to us one time at the courthouse
to tell us to sit down and shut
Yeah,
up.
told me to sit down and shut up. He has not talked to me or spoke to me since. So tell me how he has a good gauge of how the parents are and all that if he's never spoke to us. The thing about this was we were getting ready to move away from this godforsaken state, and I think that was one of the things. Oh, we've done nothing but with good intention. Look, I had to block my mother's number because of the harassing text and putting me down all the time. Um, Telling me how dare I go get a home to live in. I should have just lived in a motel where we were struggling we were getting kicked out every other day because it's freaking $400 a week to live in a motel. But yet I found a place and I was told how dumb I was for doing that. Um, the judge has literally had to tell her to give the kids the phone and walk out of the bedroom because we can't even talk to them. We have to talk through her. Why? If there's not anything that she's wanting, if there wasn't something she's trying to block them from saying or be all, then why is she constantly on top of them, worried what they're going to say to us or talk to? Well, I mean, I don't understand that. And if they didn't have faith in me as a parent before, then it really, you know, it took you 10 years to finally step in to do something for my kids. You know what? Back in the day, there was times that I was really, really in bad shape, and I did beg out for help. This was years ago. Guess who was there for me then when I was asking for help? Nobody. Nobody came to help me. But when it looked like that we were where there could be some kind of financial gain from something, Guess that's what happened. Everything gets swooped in. Then I could care less about money or anything. Yeah, it really shows what people's drive is in this life. It says in the Bible that in the end times people will be lovers of themselves, not others, and they will be willfully ignorant, meaning that they will be stupid on purpose. They will act like they don't know what's going on, and they're just oblivious to stuff on purpose. It's happening all the time, every day. BB Diamond, do we have jobs now? You know what? I, if I said yes, would you even believe it? I was called a liar, said I didn't have a job for years before. So I you might even say that I'm not even gonna hint at it. I'm doing very well, extremely well. Thank you. We've came on this channel for the past since 2020. And we poured our souls out to you guys. What you see is what you get. I thought it was hilarious. I'm the first person to put my record out on here, my criminal record when I started this channel. You saw the amount of creators that their first move was to try to attack me over my criminal history. Well, you know what? That and these people are followed by people, and that's what's sad. I mean, your main goal is to try to dig up something on somebody and point the stick out in theirs when you might have a log in your own. Most of the time that's how it works. Um, Deflect, deflect, deflect. Look what everybody else is doing, and don't look at me. No, I'm not Seymour. Look, I'm not giving anything about my personal life or my job or anything. I'm not telling nobody. A curse and curiosity with curiosity. I'm not coming back to true crime, but my channel is coming back, and we're going to be talking about things that are interesting to us. I'm not going to be doing anything that I'm not going to be doing anything that has anything to do with true crime because people, we did it to try to help people, and then you saw what these other channels came in to East Tennessee and tried to do. It caused so many problems. Don got fired from his job because uh, Bullhorn and all them showed up screaming at his work. You know, at the end of the day, uh, there was no evidence pointing at anybody. That little girl just up and disappeared, and it looked like a freaking pretty professional job, if you ask me. Now that we've gotten into all these things, those people, if they say for a second that it could have been social services or whatever they're called in Tennessee, would there be evidence at all? No. Do you think that Don and Candace can get rid of every stitch of evidence and they couldn't even clean the house up properly sometimes, but yet people said that they could could uh, do the most perfect crime. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, that's the thing too. Tragedy pimps exposed. Look, that's what's funny too, and they're being given answers that are not true. So why, if think about this, so why would the other side of my family that is doing this, why would they be trying to tell us we did one live a night, right? 1 hour a night. Tried to say that our kids were not taken care of for 1 hour. How many lives was Allie not on those lives because she was with the kids? Then to have the people that are accusing us for being on our channel on social media, on YouTube, talking about everything and anything and everything about my children who are minors, about the case they were involved in, and all that. But yet they're there to protect them. And now they're asking for cash apps and everything too. She erased them now, but I have them. I have screenshots of all of them. I have screenshots of her saying that she's been talking to my mom frequently. And John Davis True Crime also said the same thing. So if that parent really cared about the parents of her grandkids, boy, going to YouTube and starting more problems seems like that really would be helpful, don't it? Guys, go back and watch my channel from the beginning. I told you everything you need to know about the woman who has my kids. Another thing is CPS turned my kids over and let them go stay with it. Okay, my mom used a different last name to her new husband. They didn't even know about her convicted felony for distribution of narcotics and bribery on an officer. I don't even have those charges. But yet they put my kids in her care. Oh, wow. Come on. And, you know, my wife's mom has no criminal background whatsoever. Has done nothing, but they wouldn't put my kids in her care. You know, this is what hurts right here. Because I know the people that really truly watched us forever, they were dedicated to us. They know everything about us, every little detail. Because I didn't hide anything from anybody. When my children walked in the room, I gave them my full attention. I turned the camera off and the microphone off, and I dealt with what the kids needed. Um, you know, I know no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Um, I do know that 100%. But as this time goes by, it's like they just keep fighting harder and harder to find reasons to not let my babies come home. When there has been no proof of anything through this, except for my mom yelling top of her lungs, "You wouldn't be going to treatment if you didn't have an issue." Well, come to find out, I believe I told everybody at the beginning of my channel, I've been in recovery for 4 years before this all started. I was a certified substance abuse counselor. Yes, and if it wasn't for the things that I've learned, I wouldn't be able to have got myself back on the right track. But you know what? She's the kind that, you know, she tells me that if I really, truly, no, I'm sorry. My mom is one of these people that thinks she can tell me how God feels about me all the time. That I have God is angry with me, and that if I would just tell the truth to God, He would He would help me more. This is what she says, and it's crazy. She's also told me that if that God will soon get fed up with me and He'll turn His back on me if I keep messing up. This is what she says, even though I wasn't messing up and I was talking to her about how good we were doing. But ever since I blocked her phone number, we left Allie's phone open for the kids to call. My life has been so much more peaceful. Yeah, I don't know. But you know, a lot of things, a lot of times though, man, people, it is a proven fact that addiction is a sickness. It is a mental illness. People do not get on drugs thinking, "Oh, this is great. I can't wait to just, you know, this is going to help my life get so much better. No. People run to them because that's the only comfort they can get sometimes, because people don't pay attention to them. All these people, like in my life, okay, speaking about those people too, you know how many times I called and told my mom I was depressed and I needed help? I was so depressed, I called her crying. Um, nobody came and helped me. But, you know, when everybody thinks that then that, you know, that they've become Sherlock Holmes and that they're more educated than the rest of the world, uh, you know, first of all, I would always think if it was my children, okay, listen to this. So I'm going to go ahead and put it out this way, and I don't care who hears it. If my children were going through addiction and were fighting addiction, the first thing I would do before anything else would be to love my children and let them know that they're loved and that I am there for them, not going behind their back and saying things to other people and then not coming to me telling me about it. You know, if all these issues were so bad, how come nobody came and talked to me and Allison about it before they went to social services and dealt? If you love, like if it was the other way around and my children had a problem and I had grandchildren, I would definitely be trying to step in and fix the problem before it ever got to the court system. Because believe it or not, the court system is only used for people that can't use common sense and have a discussion with one another. So that court system has to mediate between people. And the court system doesn't get in a hurry for anybody. So, you know, that's why these things drag out for years and years. Because they make a next court date and they sit and try to sit in a room while two people argue with one another like children. But, you know, all they had to do was come and talk to us and be like, hey, you know, if there's anything, if y'all need help, look, we'll watch the kids, go get help. But nothing ever done like that. Angie said, Cam, if you have an attorney, take CPS to court. Look, I had paid attorneys, and I'll tell you how things go in this town. They go how they want them. I said I was going to fight it to the very end. I was not. I said I brought up everything I could need to bring up. I don't. They. I don't know how to get somebody to fight for me, and let's just go on to the state ombudsman's office, which I've already planned on doing. You know what though? You know, through all this, guys, you know, we had our whole families turn their backs on us through this, except for a select few. We weren't invited to any holiday dinners. Me and Allison didn't have a place to stay there for a while. At one point in time, they told us to go stay in our storage unit. Um, I got a job at one point in time and was working really, really hard. The day before, I was told how much of an asset I had been to the place I was working, and the next day I was told my services were no longer needed. Come to find out, social services had called and made them fire. Um, got us kicked out of a motel that we were staying in, but we never gave up, and we got up and kept fighting, and we stayed sober through the whole thing of it too. Because you know, if during these times when you lose everything, most people say, "What is there to fight for anyway?" Because they feel like they're not going to ever get them back. Look, believe me, I feel like that too to this day. Yeah, I don't either. And guys, the first thing I was told when I went into CPS for that meeting was to shut my channel. That's the truth. And the first thing was said to me was shut my channel down. And if y'all remember that live I did right after they went to talk to my kids unannounced. I was telling all the things you didn't have to do to comply with CPS, and they saw they really pissed them off. I don't know, guys. We appreciate you. I'll play y'all one more thing because if anybody does remember, speaking about John Davis true crime too, uh, I let that guy on my channel constantly. I was really cool to that guy. He then went and spread pictures saying it was my house, and it was like a shed floor full of trash, and said that was my house. And bro, wow. I mean, I see now that the contents all that got cared about. Yeah, most definitely. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I don't know where she put. Hold on, here it is. Nope. Where is it? Dang, I don't know where it's at. No, I'm not a victim, and I'm not ever played the victim. I've walked in and out of these things. Oh, I love this right here. Okay, listen. Cam, yes, addiction is a sickness and a disease, but there is that choice factor, and the addict makes the choice not to get help and to try to stay sober. You need to take accountability for your addiction. Did you not listen to anything I just said? And second of all, uh, no, that's not true at all. Sometimes people cannot stay sober because the addiction to especially fentanyl and heroin and stuff now, the sickness is so bad that you would do anything to not feel sick. It has changed to a different kind of uh, demon out there right now. But, we did take accountability for the things that we did. And I said that. But at the same time, uh, it was not to the extent that people were trying to make it out to be. Oh God. But this person right here knows about addiction more than everybody else. And I didn't listen to anything I said before. Just like it always happens. It's all good. Cam, give your opinion on Ziggy and Fred. Social services called your job in motel? Yes, they did. And actually tried to do it again at a different place we were living at till we could get us a home to live in. And the woman at the front desk said, I don't care if you're Jesus himself, I will not tell you what room they're in. And you have no reason to know what room they're in. They'll tell you if they want you to know. And they did know, but she wanted to go think that we were lying, saying we were in a different room, when actually we were taking Medicaid cabs to treatment every day. But, since we weren't doing the treatment thing and not taking it seriously, we ended up getting in a very bad car accident and getting hit by two cars at 60 miles per hour riding in a Medicaid cab. But, but we weren't doing what we were supposed to. Anyway, so, yeah, that they came to the motel, second motel, and the woman said, I don't care what you're here for or who you are. I don't care if you're the cops or Jesus Christ himself. I can't tell you what. And I was like, yeah, for once, after all this, I felt like somebody took up for us. Because I felt like we've been screaming as loud as we can in a room that is soundproof. Yeah. Yeah, drugs don't discriminate. I like that Alicia RN shit. You know, nobody, those addicts that people put down on, that's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's son, that's somebody's everything, that's somebody's wife, that's somebody's, you know, great grandmother, grandma, because best believe people that you would never believe are doing stuff that you would not think they would do. Um, People are, it's like, yeah, fentanyl's scary, yeah, but it also takes every bit of pain and suffering out of your life, and that's why it's so addictive. Mental pain from from depression and just anything people are dealing with mentally, it takes all the hurt away, and that's why people go to it. No, it's cool. You know, it's cool. I like that people try to come in here and bash me because they don't have nothing. You know, I can sit here and prove that. You know, I said it from the get go. I said we won't be found guilty or convicted of this, and we weren't. And people are mad about that again. Why are they not in jail? Why didn't they get a jail sentence? Because it wasn't true. I don't care, man. Look, if you knew second to no one, it's not just the home. You people would be amazed at where we have came from and what we are actually doing right now. Nobody would guess right now. Nobody. I'm watching the chat. I want to see if anybody does guess. No, I didn't say nothing. I didn't give no hint. No. Okay, no judgment, but I don't think kids should be living with parents during addiction battles. It's not their fight. Okay, so do you know what a functioning addict is? Just because a parent has a addiction does not mean they're a bad parent either. Lots of times people are not mistreating their children because they have an addiction or hurting their children. That is what social services and those kind of people would want you to think, because they want to put everybody under this stigma that if you have an addiction that you just can't take care of anybody or yourself, and you just don't feed your kids, you don't do anything for them, and that's not the truth at all.
Just smoking.
Yeah, weed is legal, and you know what, you do have a medical card, so it's all right. No, I know, but that's, you know, people will say, people wouldn't believe I don't even smoke weed. Functioning addicts have substances in their home. Plus, kids notice when something. Oh, is so functioning addicts that have prescriptions in their homes, then when they're over prescribed, they. I mean, like if you're gonna look, you can't just say one thing and say that everybody's bad, because best believe there's a group of people that say, "Well, I get wrote mine from the doctor." I don't give a shit if you get it wrote from the Pope. If it's addiction, it's an addiction. Holier than thou, man. Some people have sleeping disorders and fall asleep all the time or have something wrong with their thyroid. Does that make them bad parents?
That mean that people who have kids live in their homes are.
I said fentanyl and H. I said because that's taking over the streets right now. But not everybody is addicted to that. You know, I don't. It's listen. Until people will really actually go in and see all aspects of something, it's really hard to sit and judge people from ivory towers. It really is, and I just wish that people would walk a mile in everybody's shoes before they slander and put people down. I don't. I do. I appreciate you guys. Listen, I'm gonna get off here. I probably shouldn't even go. But I wanted to because I haven't been on here and I set my computer up. That thing's been in a box for over a year. Because honestly, I felt like not only that too. We can talk about that so-called friend of ours that went on White Boy and did all that, saying that we used her and took advantage of her. Uh, you know what? Most of the time, that woman was sending us money without asking, saying all she wanted to do was help us. The only thing I did ask for was help with the attorney, and I did. I said, if you'll help, I'll help pay you back. She offered the first time, but I did say the attorney, but I did take her up on that, and I admitted that when we were on White Boy. But again, everybody's you know what? You know how many people? No, they don't know. People don't know how many people we helped with the money that was being sent to us because we didn't brag about it. Oh, it's funny. Look, we we are far away from everything, and thank you. Thank you, Paul McComb. Thank you, Susan Lloyd. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Um, yeah, guys, just pray for us, and when pray for our babies more than anything. I'll be the one to say pray for them because you know what? I'm not gonna play. They do nothing but sit and talk bad about us in front of them all the time and say things, but I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, I just want, if anything, my kids listen back to every of these lives or whatever. I just want them to know that we've loved them through all of it, and even some of the things that we know were blatantly lied on us. I know that I grew up in the same place that they're having to live right now, and I'm telling you, sometimes it's better just to go along with what you're being made to say than to fight with it because you know, anyway, I love y'all. I love my kids. Allie loves them. If y'all hear this, guys, we love you, kids, and things are gonna get better. I promise. Anyway, have y'all seen people prescribe benzos worse than any H addict I've ever seen? It's true too. Um, no, my wife, since this has happened, we don't know if she's ever going to be able to go back in the medical field. Anything. This woman worked her ass off for her career.
But I do want to say,
Here, take this.
I do want to say for all the people who have said that I am no longer a nurse, that is a lie. I am still 100% licensed to work as a nurse. And for all the people who said that I lost my job because I failed a drug test, you were 100% blatantly wrong because we have told you from the get go why I lost my job. We have never lied about any of this stuff, and we will continue to never lie about any of it. But there's that. So I legally am still a nurse. The problem is because of the things that we were charged with unlawfully, now I'm probably going to have a hard time being able to actually use my nursing license. So,
What does Paulus mean? She said, I don't believe that was true, Cam, about the money. What part? Yeah, we did. Yeah, we didn't just get moved in. Look, I've been surrounded with some of the best people ever in our lives. And look, Allison, the first thing somebody came in here and asked, was Allie on drugs? No, no, she was not. She was with me for 12 years. And go ahead, Allison.
So I have smoked weed for years. That is something that I have done for a long time. I have a medical card. I am legally able to do that. Other than that, I was not doing any drugs. Whenever my children were taken away from me and I was called a liar over and over and over with people pointing their fingers in my face, and I felt like I had nobody listening to me, then yes, I did start doing drugs after my children were taken.
We felt like we had nothing.
I literally had nothing to lose at that point because my world had just been taken away from me. So I did fall off the wagon there, and I did start doing stuff. However,
You didn't fall off the wagon.
well,
You
yeah,
were
I was
never
never
on
on
it.
the wagon. But anyway, so at that point, then yes, I did start doing stuff, but that was not until after last August, after my children were taken away
And it
from
didn't
me.
even last but a week or so.
Yeah, it literally was the shortest drug addiction I think that has ever occurred. But
It's probably not even
I-
considered that.
yeah,
That's what
really.
that's called experimenting.
yeah, basically. But what did I do? I went and got myself in treatment literally within like what, a month, 2 months?
A month.
A month, yeah. I was in treatment on my own accord. So there's that.
What's it say? A children's doctor got caught 2 times taking coke, and they will help keep her license.
Yeah, I know a doctor that went to rehab multiple times over alcoholism, but she was still performing surgeries and multiple things.
Yeah.
So
People, the thing is, you never did anything wrong with kids because they weren't there, but yet you got punished for it.
bullshit.
It was said on White Boy Channel. Oh,
That's it.
yeah, Polly. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Uh-huh.
And if y'all watch that, you heard when I got on there how she didn't want to answer me or talk to me when I asked her questions about all that stuff.
Just to clarify, when that happened, I was asleep over there because we had been going through literal hell.
We just had to move our whole house out in a Chevy Cruze.
Yeah, exactly. So literally,
With
I
no
was
help.
asleep, didn't even know what was going on whenever I woke up, and that's why I was so upset and was crying and screaming because I didn't even know that we were on alive. I was so upset because we had just been betrayed by somebody that told us that they loved us.
Yeah. I want to know who this Ava person was on here thinking they know. I know who it is. Somebody on here named Ava was like, that was not just a tangle. I'm sure they know because, I don't care.
I was going through severe depression and I
Allison, I did a poll on here one night and it said, put a 1 in the chat if your kid has ever had a tangle in their hair and they hid it in a ponytail so that you wouldn't know they had it because they hate to get their hair brushed. And remember all the ones that came up in the chat? It was crazy. No, look, I'm gonna start doing things here and there, but I'm not gonna ever put my whole attention and my peace of mind and everything on the line uh for YouTube ever again. I know I can do really good at it, and what I have planned to do with it, it might be really good. But I'm actually focusing on this next chapter in my life. And you know what? Hopefully we can do some good there. Not hopefully, we will. Oh, thank you, Moon Angel. Look. Oh gosh, don't do that, Moon Angel, because people will think, oh Lord, she sent a super sticker of $5. People are going to be flipping out on you. Yeah, we. Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, thank you, Michelle. How this is true too. She said, "I do what I want," and thank you. Look, people saw people. I loved it when people were hating on people giving us money back in the day because they didn't even know that we were turning right around when we were getting it and giving it to other people in the community. Because best believe, I'll go ahead and put a lot of these people's dirty laundry out because I know who they are now. They would wait till they saw Cash Apps come to us and give us the biggest sob stories on earth. And you know what? We didn't ask questions. We helped them because it's not my place to make them do what they're saying they're going to do with that money. I know my heart was in the right place. And you know what? God's going to always take care of the ones that uh, love him and have a good heart. God sees the intentions of your heart. And that's what all I can say through all this too. You've watched us long enough, and for the ones that called us child abusers and stuff on here, shame on you. If you've watched us, you know us because that's how we are all the time. What you see is what you get. and share and common sense true crime. That woman, her and mom should be sisters first and foremost. Second of all, you know, you can only wear so much lip liner. Third of all, yeah, she instead of being friendly and nice, she tried to very what is it, smuggishly send me an AA Bible in the mail and pretty much tell me that yeah, that I needed to get that was pretty much a piece of shit and needed to read it. So yeah. Anyway, I'm done, guys. Probably gonna hop off here. I'm tired. Um, my niece is 35, and I have to comb her rat's nest out at least once a week. Uh,
What?
Colette Souza said I have a huge tangle on the back of my hair. I cut out a lot from sleeping too much. Oh, look, man. See?
And what I need to rephrase. I said our daughter has thin curly hair. No, she has fine. That's what I meant. Fine curly hair. So her hair is thick, but it's so fine that it gets tangled so easily. So
Yeah, it's all good. Anyway, we're done for tonight. I'm going to pray and we'll get off here. I don't care if people, I will always pray. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing us through these trials. At the end of the day, God, if we look towards you, the truth will always be spoken through you and through us. If our heart's in the right place, God, you will always shine. Lord, thank you for the blessings that you have blessed us with through these hard times that we didn't know what was going to happen. But God, I just pray that you may let my kids know in the future that they have been loved through all this. They will always be loved, and that we pray for them daily, and that we're very proud of them. God, if anybody else is going through these situations at their own home or in their life, Lord, we ask that you give them comfort and peace right now. Lord, let them know that it's not over with. Don't give up. Keep trying. Do everything and anything you can. And you know what? You don't have to be perfect. But as long as you're making an effort to do right every day, you will have slip ups and you might fall back, but you got to just dust yourself off and keep going. And the only way to do that is with God as being in the forefront of everything in your life. Thank you, Lord, for what you do again. Lord, we ask that you just uh, help us to be there for one another and our brothers and sisters in Christ. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. All right, guys, that's it. What? Oh, yeah, go ahead. You should pray that.
God, please bring our babies home to us sooner
Well,
rather than
I pray that all the time. I'm sorry. I'm not perfect.
later.
And God knows in my heart. All right, guys. That's it. Listen, let me clear this off here. Anything else? Let me read what everybody's saying. Yeah, we love y'all. Let's see. God bless. Check for your doors. Love getting. Oh, thank y'all. Thank you, guys. Okay, guys. That's it. I reckon. Let me see these start accounts. Let me see what is up here. If I'm missing anything, I don't want to miss anybody's comment. Oh man. Okay. Thank you, Lady Seven Up. Holly, thank you for the gift. Katie C, thank you so much. Thank you for that. Oh, I'm gonna go through and show these. Katie C, thank you. Ange Carter, thank you for being a member again. You've always stuck by us. Moon Angel, thank you for both those super stickers. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's not why we were on here at all. Thank you though. Anyway, look, never mind. I'll do another live. Maybe we'll get into some other stuff. Anyway, I will talk to you soon. Until next time, keep on cracking. God bless. And remember at the end of the day, uh, at the end of the day, everybody wants justice.
But justice doesn't have to be carried out with hate. There we go.
There we
It's
go.
been a long time.
Yeah, but that's a perfect saying right there.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that's it. Let me see if I can find the one I want to get out of here now. Because there's so many of them. And now my little mouse is not moving. Oh my gosh, where is it? Help me. It's not here. Oh, great. Okay, I can't do it. There it is. It's gone.
Which one?
After 03, do that one. Dude, it's gone. It is gone.
Y'all are gonna get like 3 outros tonight just because we can't find the right one.
Dude, it is gone.